DragOn will play Protoss against him. Am I correct?
Yeah, that is the case.
Nice.
DragOn is the purple Protoss, statistically the best Protoss at the world clock position, and DragOn is the blue Zerg at the bottom.
Nice. It looks like he rejoined Pain, maybe, or
Sorry.
is it just an ID?
Malkiyah. So,
Malkiyah.
what you might remember from this is not necessarily that you've broadcasted Malkiyah's games before, but that Malkiyah was, I believe, in Soul Reaver, the name of the Prime Vampire, who was the firstborn of Kane's lieutenant and consequently received the least of his vampiric gift, and that's why he's the one who's all messed up and devolved when you go to the future, but I could be incorrect. If anyone in chat wants to shout out on that one.
What are you talking about?
Soul Reaver, man, you gotta know your...
What is that?
It's a Tomb Raider-alike from the early 2000s. It's an incredible game. But Malkiyah is one of the vampire counts from it.
Wow, okay. My nerd... I do not have sufficient nerd cred for this conversation, but hopefully the people in the chat know what you're talking about.
It's okay.
Oh. Looks like some friendly chat going on. Don't know what's going on. And looks like we're just going to pile on the front for a Forge Fast Expand. We actually saw already, I believe last week, some poor Zerg get cheesed on this map because you can, of course, build a pylon between the main and the natural here, and that blocks drones.
Perfect.
And so you can build a pylon to block the drones, and then by the time these Zerglings get out, it's already too late, and the Zerg is dead. It's good times.
Yeah, I think that happened in the Gem League as well. That venue for high-level only talent.
Indeed. It's classic strategy.
It's a flawless Gem League strategy. When all the maps are so poorly cobbled together, there are building blocks everywhere if you just want to find a way to put them there.
I mean, the thing is, the strategy is totally legitimized by the fact that Cloud did it to beat Mondragon in the Nostalgia tournament.
That's true. Mondragon is unstoppable otherwise.
Alright, so Prep Guy is not going to do it. Maybe? I think he's just going to...
No.
Nah.
It would be foolish. It's so expected now.
The pool's too far along, I guess. He definitely could have potentially done it, though.
That's what I was going to ask. On a map like this where you can just block them with the pylon, does that automatically force you to pool first as Zerg? And if so, do you feel like your Forge Fast Expand is less safe?
Well, I think as a general rule, Zergs nowadays in CVP are always going over pool. Holy moly, why is the hatchery at the top left? Okay, that's interesting. As a general rule, Zergs are overpooling nowadays. You pretty much never see 12 hatch in CVP anymore just because of the risk of the early cheese. Particularly cannon rushing is actually becoming really effective on a lot of maps. We're not becoming, but it is really effective, and Zergs just don't want to deal with that anymore. But against an overpool as a Protoss, the Forge Fast Expand is still fairly safe if you go cannon. Depending on the map, you either need to go cannon first, or on particularly big maps, you can actually go Forge Nexus Cannon and get away with it. Especially if they chase your probe, So
the probe failed to block the hatchery for more than about 30 seconds. At that point, really, I would just GG. I mean, come on. In this day and age, you really have to be blocking that hatchery for at least 20, 30 minutes.
Just insta-rage quit.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't
you need
block
them
the
to just
hatchery.
get angry. Well, you need them on tilt. So he's got his third hatch already on the way, so this is pool string to 3 hatch. Very nice.
Yeah.
Off hatch, man. That's reminiscent of cow.
I'm wondering what DragOn's thinking right now. So, if, how do I put this? A mediocre player might look at this natural hatchery timing and be like, wow, that's really, really late. I must have delayed him by a lot, and I must be really far ahead. But a really good player would look at that hatchery and be like, that is way too late and doesn't make any sense whatsoever. He must have hidden his third hatchery at another location. And I feel like DragOn's probably actually good enough to realize that this timing doesn't make sense, and there has to be another hatchery on the map.
You have to wonder, it's not just that question, it's whether or not DragOn also gives Malkiyah that kind of credit. And I mean, given that Malkiyah did receive the least of Kane's gift and wasn't a very good vampire, I would not expect him to have good hatch timing.
That is an excellent point as well. You also have to assume that your opponent is not just terrible.
It's true, he's a degenerate, and even blood cannot sustain him.
There you go, guys. There you go. The thing is, by the way, this tournament's still running. Does Malkiyah have any
Does he have any fans?
Does he have any fans?
Well, there's a very good chance that he has new weaknesses. I mean,
do you have any recommendations for anyone else playing against this vampire?
Against Malkiyah? Yeah, he's weak to water, except when he enters the 3rd phase of his metamorphosis, at which point he will become really strong against water. And part shark, I think.
Wait, he becomes strong against water? How do you be strong against water?
He becomes fully aquatic, in fact. While all of the vampires are damaged by water, Malkiyah lives in an undersea temple.
He's like the vampire version of Aquaman.
Yeah, except less lame. Come on.
What?
I'm not.
Wait, I didn't know vampires were weak against water.
Vampires can't cross running water. That's the rule. They're the fragile alchemies that hold together their spirit and their flesh are destroyed by running water. That's the rule. I mean, I'm no specialist.
That is amazing. Oh my god. I thought I was like a fan of this stuff, but man, that is news to me. I'm learning so much here.
I know an awful lot of stupid and worthless things. On the subject of which, what are these Zerglings going to achieve?
Not too much, actually. It looks like he made 8. I guess presumably just to block the...
I guess he just takes map control, so he doesn't get scouted again, which is quite nice.
Oh, wow, he's actually made a lot more here. I'm not sure why. I mean, he saw a couple of Zelts.
That 4th hatch coming up at that off base, which is like super high investment. I'm not sure how I would do that. It's the least defensible position on the map, and he's like firmly placing all of his eggs in that basket.
Oh, trying to go for a run by here at the front? Never mind.
Oh, Corsair's already out. He's going to scout this pretty soon then.
Yeah. I mean, so that could actually be why he made a decent number of Zerglings early on, because the bases are so far apart, so he doesn't want to lose any early Zealot shenanigans. And he does have the Spire now, so we'll make some Scourge to help deal with this Corsair.
My god.
Yes, indeed.
Is this the transition into the earliest possible Sauron Zerg? You just fling Scourges and Zerglings at him and hope it works?
Yeah, I mean, this is sort of the style that we see a lot from Zerg nowadays. If he wants to go super turtle mode, he can even just build a bunch of Sunkens at the top left as well and take the main base as well. But that obviously will leave him open to like DG drops or even potentially Reavers, depending on what DragOn wants to do. DragOn, of course, is getting +1 on his Corsair, so he will have some very, very strong Corsairs fairly soon. Actually, he's getting he's getting speed and +1, so he's actually going for the Sair Zealot strategy, sort of the Neo Bisu strategy in PvZ.
So he scouted the top left off base and failed to, or like not failed, but successfully didn't aggro the Scourges. So now the Scourges are looking to pick off the Corsair, but he's already got all the information he needed from it. So that base now is going to be remarkably tough to defend. In this position, do you really want to have to defend that much up there?
Well, it's gonna force him to build a lot of Sunkens, I think, especially once he sees the +1 Zealots coming out. Obviously, the Zerglings will be like nothing against that. So, I mean, you're absolutely right. It's gonna cost him quite a bit to defend, and we'll have to see if it's worth it here. If he gets the fast 4th at the left side and doesn't die to the Zealots, it's probably good.
He's in remarkably good shape, yeah. He can just defend with 1 arc.
Yeah.
And really fence him in.
Oh, looks like we got some Hydras chilling at the natural now.
And now the Zealots are approaching, and there's still, what, 1 Sunken? Is that it? And a couple of Zerglings, a single Hydralisk, and it's an Evolution Chamber for some reason.
Oh man, the Evo's there to help block the Sunken, but there's still only 1. As you said, these Zealots can still do a number on this base. +1 has finished. Oh no, 1 Hydralisk does get stuck, and the drones actually don't block the Sunken colony properly, but the Zerglings and the Hydra are doing some damage here. The drones are trying to fight. We can see the reinforcements coming up from the natural, but they're so far away, but it looks like it's barely going to be okay. He's going to lose about half the drones that were here, but I think otherwise he will be okay.
But you may also lose a hatchery, which is pretty big. The Hydras are there in time.
Yep.
And all of a sudden everything is fine, I guess.
Did the Corsairs not leave the base at all? I'm a little bit surprised.
No,
okay,
I haven't seen them.
The Corsairs are just now leaving. I'm a little bit surprised the timing wasn't such that he could have actually been a little bit more aggressive, but I guess he just wanted to make sure he had enough Corsairs not to lose any in a silly fashion.
Well, I guess he also has enough to just, you know, one-shot the Scourge, so hopefully that's like, oh, I guess it would have been nice earlier when he needed to, but now there's nothing there. There's no reliance on Scourge. There's so many spores up.
Yeah, Malkiyah actually doing a good job of getting those early spores, because I'm not actually sure how he got the read that there were going to be +1 Sairs coming. I guess he just got them. I mean, you don't necessarily need...
He is a powerful telepath.
There you go. Powerful telepath. All right. Wait, there is water on this map, though. Look, there's water on this map.
I told you. He's strong with it.
But But that's only after his 3rd transformation or something, right?
Yeah, well, we can only presume this is some kind of late form Malkiyah.
Is this the final form Malkiyah?
Well, if it is, then you have a new person to challenge Scan.
Nice. Nice. There you go, guys. Scan's challenger has appeared.
If not, you need to enter the transformation state once again.
Oh, alright, let's see.
Oh,
Transformation.
nice. Picking off those Corsair, no problem. Is he just gonna mass Hydro to try and bust this second base?
I guess. I mean, I don't.
The Lurker aspect is almost done. It would be a really bad time.
There's 4 High Templar here. It doesn't seem like.
And DT is about to get on him.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's actually going to do anything. But you know, putting on some pressure is pretty good, I guess.
Probe sniped. That's the 3 o'clock secured at least.
And DT's
and he brings the overload in just in time. That's perfect. That's fantastic.
Very nice indeed. It's like Goon range is on the way. It's trapped probe in the back, by the way, is on purpose to sack the Corsairs. And we do see the 4th base taken now by Malkiyah. He's going to expand his Vampiric Swarm.
It's true. And at this point, what do you think is his next push? Like, do you just go straight with Lurkers, or do you just tech to Hive and push in when you've got the Fellers?
That is actually, I think, a very stylistic choice. I mean, in general, we see like the Hydrolurk army, like we're starting to see now.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh man, he tried to set up contain here, but it looks like the Protoss came out just a little bit too fast, and the first line of Lurkers has been taken down here. Malkiyah not quite having enough time to set this up, although it looks like he does hold the second line, but the Goons are coming out. Is their range upgrade finished yet, though? Yes, it looks like Goon range did finish in time for this.
Yeah, this is grim now.
Oh, he's trying to run around the side to avoid the Lurker fire.
Lurkers and Hydras all over the place on the left-hand side, just not contributing in any way.
Indeed, looks like he just sent everything forward to the front and just didn't pay attention.
What you need to do now is just slow Overlord drop into the mineral line of the natural while everything is fighting in there. That would be the ideal arrangement, because slow Overlord drops are overpowered. I know he has the pneumatized Carapace already, so all his Overlords are fast. It's going to be really hard for him to make them move slowly, but it's still an important part of the strategy.
Understood. Does he? Wait, did he get dropped though? Oh, he's just now getting dropped.
He's just now getting it, yeah. Then ventral sacks coming up late.
I love how you know what that's called, ventral sacks.
It's important that you know.
Wait, what is the speed upgrade called?
Pneumatized Carapace.
Oh yeah, you did say that. I was wondering what the heck you were talking about.
Yeah, watch out. And clearly you don't know your Brood War as well as I do.
I clearly don't. I can't believe you know what those are. Well, okay, quiz time. Okay, what is the Corsair energy upgrade called?
I don't know the energy upgrades. That's never gonna happen. I'm sorry.
Okay,
they're almost all for Terran. They're almost all Greek names. But after that, I'm lost.
Fair enough.
The Cater and Amulet is the Templar one.
Yeah.
Which he does not have, for the record.
Oh man, he's got a pretty strong ground army here though. Goon Templar.
This is really grim, and Malkiyah is mobilizing that enormous Lurker Ling and some Hydra composition that he used to defend his bases at the top left. But I'm not sure it's going to be there in time before he starts sieging this. Like, he'll lose his Hydra Den almost certainly.
Oh my god, he's going to counterattack. He's not going to defend. I thought he was going to go for the flank, but looks like he's changed his mind. He realizes, I think, that if he tried to flank this, the army coming out from the natural would be in too poor of a position, so it's probably, and it would take too long, so it's probably better just to counterattack. He is going to come in here. The third base is completely undefended, only a small handful of zealots. And this base is history. The question is, how much damage can this army of DragOn do at the front, though?
Well, that's the question, and especially considering Malkiyah is shoring up with more and more sunken as it goes. Like, the slow siege is going to have to be excruciatingly slow.
And it doesn't even have a Reaver to, like, properly siege it. Wow, he's just going to leave!
Oh, wow. This is grim.
Horrible.
He's also just going to need Flawless Storms if he wants to... Oh, no, he's not. He's going in now. He's going to try and pick the hatch off.
Probably going to leave after the hatch, though. Yeah, and lost 2 goons for that as well.
And the Malkiyah army had time during that like hatch snipe to just slink out as though he did nothing wrong.
Attempted lurker drop at the natural, but gets spotted by the Corsairs and get Overlord killed.
Interesting. So at least he got something, I guess.
Actually, also supply blocked Malkiyah.
Oh wow, yeah, he's just sniped now.
Actually, they're both supply blocked.
They're both supply blocked. I guess he lost the pylons of the 3 o'clock and suddenly he can't build anything. So, what do you think is ideal now? Do you just fling everything at him and unsupply block yourself and try to do more damage, or do you just wait for the overlords to come out?
That's an excellent question. Well,
he's massively unsupply blocked now.
I don't think Malkiyah actually needs to do anything now, because after killing that third base, he's so far ahead.
That's true.
And now Dragon's the one who actually really needs to do something, because not only is Malkiyah ahead from killing that base, but by taking that faraway natural super early on and basically securing the top left, Malkiyah is going to give himself a really large advantage just going into the late game. Like, he's already established 2/3 of the map. So DragOn is actually the one that needs to be aggressive right now. For sure.
The other problem is that DragOn is sitting on like 2k gold. Sorry, 2k
2k gold.
So DragOn's low boarding, man. It's rough.
Yeah. Actually, they're both sitting at pretty high minnow counts, but I guess there's been a decent amount of action. Let's see the Corsair still running around, trawling for overlords. Dragon could potentially actually GT drop him in right now. There's no detection. That would be a really good.
DragOn is busy. Oh wow, yeah. He's also positioning to take that base at the top left, and I'm not sure. Is there enough there to stop him? I guess there's a lot of lurkers.
Yeah, I mean, he can stop the new base, but I don't know about this established base. However, there's actually no Nidus Canal at least, even though the hive is done. So the reinforcements from the natural will take a really long time to get here if he does decide to commit. Let's see.
He scouted it at least. And his Archon's there to soak the damage.
It's dubious. It's always really scary attacking into these Sunken Lurker Spore defenses. I really hate it. As a Protoss, even if I have like 100 supply advantage, I still just hate attacking into these positions. It's just so scary.
You just gotta thrill in the uncertainty of it. With a choke like this, like what really can you do apart from just hope?
Oh man, he's gonna go for this. He's leading with the Dragoons, but nice scourging.
My God.
Oh man, he missed one.
So that's okay. He only needs one.
Oh, we got the flank coming in. The flank lanes.
Storm only hits one.
Oh,
yeah,
nice. So flanklings
really standing around in the swarm with those dragoons, no problem.
The flanklings actually all get wiped out, but I think it was worth it just to snipe that off because that basically completely stalls the attack. Interestingly, this hatchery that's like just to the top right of the army is completely unspotted. It's like, okay.
Oh wow, that it's an ambitious 12 o'clock expansion. My God.
Yep. I mean, that's the power of Malkiyah, right? Maybe he's using some like vampiric cloaking on the hatchery.
Exactly. He can fade from the side of mortals easily.
There you go.
This is an ocean of Zerglings to be throwing away. At least the Nidus is done, I guess, but he's lost so much here. And there's another army beside the one he is currently failing to move already, ready at Dragon's base.
Oh, the father's gonna suicide.
There's a certain nobility in that. Oh, is he gonna get the last one as well? No, it survives on like 14 HP, okay.
Nice.
He's expanded to the 4 o'clock, which is like immediately next door to Malkiyah's main. I'm not sure if that's a safe place to be, or if it's just a staging post.
Yeah, especially since Malkiyah already has the drop upgrades. Oh man, all that fall. Looks like the Lurkers actually shuffled forward here. A huge storm! Wow. Grabbing all those Hydras, but Hydras are actually not that expensive. And look how small this army is. I think this army should actually go back.
Yeah, definitely. They should just hook up with the other army and then pull together instead of the other armies coming to them from the natural. I guess he'll very likely get this pick anyway.
And finally realizes that there was a base here the entire time. He could have just killed it instead. So it must be feeling
now
a little
he has too little to do it.
Yep. And he's mined out at his main and natural, by the way, so Dragon's effectively only mining from the 3 o'clock right now, which is quite problematic.
Oh. He's just about to finish up at the 5 o'clock, maybe I'll have something new. But it's
the attack. The attack is going in, that's a pretty deep worker field though. Oh, and there's the Dark Swarm.
Most of this is Zealots though, so it doesn't matter.
Yep. Alright, nice. So Dragon at least kills one base. That is a lot of money we're floating. Do we have an Ultralisk Cavern? We do, I see an Ultralisk.
Yeah.
We can just make like 10 Ultras right now.
He is instead making a lot of Zerglings.
I don't know why he's not just making Ultras. Oh, he must have made Ultras because the money just suddenly went down.
Exactly, yeah. He just dropped it all. I guess he has too many bases to easily check them all.
I see a bunch of Ultras morphing at the bottom left. Cows are on the way.
Alright, it begins. And more Lurkers in the lane still.
Trying to go in again. Gets the Scourge. Barely protects the Observer. He's going in. Where are the cows? The cows are not ready yet. He's storming the Nidus Canal. Really nice attack. It looks like he might break through here. He's storming all the reinforcements. Storms down the Lurker. Storms the retreating drones. Beautiful storm.
The question is, where is that Ultralisk Cavern?
Where is the Ultra Cavern? What the hell?
Oh, it's in the...
Oh, okay.
It's currently evolving the speed, so he will get it, but it's going to be a long way out.
I don't think he should waste his ultras like this. He needs some like crafting support or something.
Yeah, exactly. Something to buffer for them. So much money is just seeping away. Oh, there's lings, but they're in the back.
And here they come. And the Archons. Come on, you can fight! Come on, Archons! You can fight! Archons beat Ultras 1v1, I'm pretty sure. I'm fairly sure. Meanwhile, oh, looks like there was actually an attack here at the bottom right that I completely missed, because the Nexus is on fire.
Oh, that's not really fire.
Is it not? It's blue fire.
Oh, no, man. But the fires get worse. That's just a kind of a, you know, I got a little tap here and there.
A little tap?
Just to seep some blue stuff. He's just going to lose all of the Templar here before this fight starts. They're on full energy. This is disgusting. So, oh, okay, the storms go down. But it's nowhere near. So the Ultralisks are just standing beside the base, not attacking and getting hit.
What the hell? Wait, how?
I bugged replays in my time.
Did he just hold position?
Did he stop command them? I guess so.
Oh my god.
And he runs away. That's rough.
Meanwhile, we're just gonna expand again here.
So he's continuing to drop Storm, or the Swarm, but I'm not sure what it's for. The Storm goes through it, the Archons go through it.
Oh man,
at this point you just optimistically Plague.
I have conflicting reports in the chat about whether an Archon or an Ultralisk wins 1v1. I'm fairly certain the Archon wins, and Assault believes so as well. So
they're made of gas, so...
They're made of gas? Is that the Ultralisk's weakness?
It's true. It seeps right in between the carapace.
Nice, nice.
Okay, so Malkiyah's taking another base. I guess he's just, like, at this point this is like a transport tycoon game, and he just needs to get as much of the map under his control as possible. I don't know what DragOn does from here. Like, he's got 2 more mining bases, he's got more time, but I guess he's taking the 3rd at the 11 o'clock, but it's just a min only, so at what point does he need to start worrying about long-term plans against something like what Malkiyah is doing, where he's just got all of the bases and he doesn't care at all anymore?
Well, that's what I was mentioning earlier, how, you know, after he killed DragOn's 3rd for the first time, I was saying if the game goes quite long, DragOn will end up with a resource problem because Malkiyah was slightly greedy in the beginning, but basically established 2/3 of the map as his. Because obviously it's a 3-player map, so you can't really split it evenly, and if you split it 2/3 in your favor, even as a Zerg who can't be as cost efficient, that's really, really good. At this point, I'm not sure what DragOn can really do. He actually has a pretty nice supply lead. He's got like a 30 supply lead, but the 2 of his bases are mineral only, and his initial 2 bases are mined out, so he's only mining on 1 gas right now. And once you get to this late game against Ultraling, Zealots really actually suck against Ultraling. The Archons are the ones that are
managing to single-handedly disprove that for now.
Well, the thing is, right, because the Zealots are actually just mainly there to buffer for the Archons and sometimes for DTs. They're basically a meat shield. The Archons are the ones that are going to be doing the serious damage there. Because Zealots actually, for those of you who don't know, this attack is applied twice, which means this 22 damage attack is actually 2 11 damage attacks, and Ultralisks, once they're maxed out in armor, have 6 armor, which means a Zealot will only be doing 10 damage per attack to an Ultralisk. So it takes like 40 Zealot hits to kill an Ultralisk once both sides are maxed, which is a lot of hits.
And these Ultralisks are taking that extra base that he has now, so even now his mineral count is slowly being chipped away at.
Yep.
Rough not even to have the minerals that you didn't want in favor of gas in the first place.
Oh man, looks like one lurker at the bottom there is going to do a lot of splash damage to all these Zealots, but it's going to get clipped by a storm and taken down. I can't believe he's actually managing to hold this base. I don't know why Malkiyah doesn't actually have more resources. Okay, he's actually caught up on the supply a little bit. Oh yeah, the supply is actually even now.
The real problem is that he just loses everything all the time.
Oh my god, this one lurker intercepting probes that are distance mining.
It's been there for so long. I'm so confused by it.
This is so weird.
This is crazy. Oh, he loses one lurker, but there's another still there.
Oh, we got an attack going into the 12 o'clock. The Zealots and Archons trying to hold. The cannons aren't going to do anything with Dark Storm. Plague on everything, on all the units, but
Plague's Ultralisk going to town.
And it looks like the Storm, though, is going to keep him alive for the time being. Going to turn into an Archon while Plague, because obviously the Plague is very little against the Archon. But DragOn is actually somehow holding the space. And that's actually going to be really important. He's also building a Rover there, so you can start building Reavers.
Starting to get a bit scarier. So, how do you feel about the legitimacy of just going for some Queens now? You get the ensnare on the Zealots, make sure they don't get into engage on their own terms.
And you can brew them High Templar.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. They're powerless to stop you. I'm calling it now. It's going to be the next level strategy.
I mean, if he's 0, then he can totally do that. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the next stage of Malkiyah's evolution is to turn into 0 and use Queens. That would be pretty awesome.
It makes sense though when you think about the lore.
The lore says he turns into 0 and uses Queens.
Wow. He disappears under mysterious circumstances.
Alright. Listen up. It's up to interpretation, right?
That's what happened 0 too, isn't it?
Is it?
He disappeared under mysterious circumstances from the pro scene?
Maybe.
No, it might be a reach. I fear.
Alright.
He's still scourging those obs with weird regularity. I'm very impressed.
Yeah, that's
the kind of thing. At a certain point, I just give up on it. Once there's more than a certain number of obs in, I'm like, look, dude, you can have vision. I don't care anymore.
I mean, he's got only Ultra Link now. There's not even any lurkers.
There's no lurkers left. What's the point?
Oh, I think he just blocked his hatchery. But DragOn is pretty dead here. The problem is he can only make Zealots right now, and as I said before, pure Zealots with no supporting units like Reavers or Archons are actually fairly useless against late game Ultra Link.
He can afford a High Templar.
Yep, he can afford a High Templar.
That's good though. That's how you get your first one.
GG! It all starts with the first Templar.
I would still think that if he tried harder, it would be okay. He could just keep himself in there until he had enough money for a second High Templar. It would have been fine.
Yeah, geez, DragOn. Just gotta try harder, man.
Well, just believe in yourself.
Is there a way to force Malkiyah? Malkiyah? God, I can never remember how to pronounce this name.
Well, we both been pronouncing it differently. So you've been saying Malkiyah, and I've been saying Malkiyah.
Malkiyah?
That presumes that the guy who voice acted Raziel was able to pronounce it correctly, and that Kane pronounces it differently on top of that. So it's just agree to disagree.
Wait, so does can you make Malkiyah go back, devolve into a previous form or something? You know?
No, I think what happens is that the curse of vampirism forces him to consistently devolve.
Oh.
Yeah, it's rough on him. It's a real shame.
Huh. Wait, so if you just wait long enough, he'll just devolve himself to death?
Well, yeah, I think the context in which you first meet him, he seems like a normal dude, and in the context in which you next meet him, he's a disgusting flesh heap.
Nice. Okay.
Well, not for him, presumably, but yes.
Remind me never to catch vampirism.
I think there were only 8 as well.
Alright, I'm in another game.